Excel Chapter 2, pages 77, 78, 79, and 80. In your textbook on page 77, read all of the text, exploring options in the Format Cells dialog box on that page before you begin. Step number 1. To open the Format Cells dialog box, select the range E7 through E15. So there's E, and there's 7. So E7 through E15. In the number group on the Home tab, click the dialog box launcher. The Format Cells dialog box opens with the number tab active. So on your Home tab, in the number group, click the dialog box launcher. Please remember that a dialog box launcher is the tiny little square in the bottom right-hand corner of many of the groups on your ribbon, but not all of them. Not all of them have a dialog box launcher. The number group does, so click on it. That opens up that Format Cells dialog box. Flip to page 78. Read the one little paragraph at the top. Now, to set the format for negative values. Number 1. In the category box on the left side of the Format Cells dialog box, click Number. Alright, Format Cells, Number tab, category is Number. Verify that 0 appears in the decimal places box. Decimal places, 0. Step number 3. Verify that the Use 1000 separator, comma, checkbox contains a check marks. Use the 1000 separator, comma. It has a check, that's correct. Step number 4. In the negative number box, verify that negative 1, 2, 3, 4, the first option, is selected. Check figure 2-18 if you're not sure. It's right there. It's the first selection. Step number 5. Click OK. The Format Cells dialog box closes and the negative numbers in the range E7 to E15 appear with a minus symbol, a comma as the thousand separator, and no decimal places. Now read that short little paragraph kind of towards the bottom on page 78 before we go on. Now at the bottom of page 78, to set the border color for the column labels, step number 1. Select the non-adjacent range B6 to F6. So B6 to F6. And then B17 through F17. Control key, B17 through F17. So all those nice header labels. In the font group on the Home tab, click the Borders button arrow. Home tab, Font group, the Borders button. And click More Borders. The very last selection at the very bottom is More Borders. The Format Cells dialog box opens with the Border tab active. Go to the top of page 79. Step number 3. In the line group, click the color arrow. Okay, so here is your line group right here. Color. Hit that down pointing arrow. Display the color palette, and then click green, the 6th color in the standard colors section. Green right there. Click it. Click the bottom border of the border preview. Alright, here's our border preview, and we want the bottom. Right there. Click that one, and you'll see that you now have a green bottom border. Click OK. The dialog box closes, and the cells with column titles have a green bottom border. You're going to want to deselect to be able to see it correctly. Now, at the bottom of page 79, please read about copying and pasting formats and copying formats with the Format Painter. It's an incredibly powerful and useful tool that you should always use. Once you've read that, turn the page to page 80. At the top of page 80, step number 1, to copy and paste a format. Click the Documentation Sheet tab to make that worksheet active, and then select the range A1 to A2. A1 to A2. Remember, column A, just like that, rows 1 and 2. Alright, in the clipboard group on the Home tab, click the Format Painter button. The formats from the selected cells are copied to the clipboard. Alright, Home tab, clipboard group, Format Painter. You've got your dancing ants going around the cells that were selected, and your Format Painter is orange because it's selected. Step number 3. Click the Yearly Sales Sheet tab to make that worksheet active, and then select the range A1 to A2. Alright, we're going to come down here, we're going to click on the Yearly Sales tab, and then we are going to select, hold your left mouse button and drag A1 to A2. The formatting from the documentation worksheet is removed from the clipboard and applied to the selected cells. Format Painter does not copy formatting applied to the text selection within a cell, so the red color you applied to comp was not included in the pasted formatting. Super important that you understand that. Okay, if you don't, go back and read again the little section before we started this, and then reread number 3 so that you understand what's going on. Alright, step number 4. Double click cell A1. That switches it to edit mode. Now, select COMP within the cell. Step number 5, in the font group on the Home tab, click the font color button arrow and click red. It's the second color in the standard colors. Home, font, font color, standard colors, red. Press the Enter key to get out of edit mode and have Excel accept your changes. Select the range A1 to A2 in the Yearly Sales worksheet, and then repeat steps 2 through 6 to copy the formatting to the range A1 to A2 in the Monthly Sales worksheet. Alright, so you have cell A1 and A2 selected, yes? If you don't, go ahead and do that right now. All you're going to do is on your Home tab in the clipboard group, click on the Format Painter, come down to your Sheet tabs, click on Monthly Sales, and now select cells A1 to A2. Okay, remember it doesn't catch that red, so we're going to double click cell A1, select the COMP, hit our font button, standard color, red. Deselect, reach up, hit save. There you go. You have completed Chapter 2, Session 2.1. Now, I want you to read pages 80 and 81 before you move on. Then when you're finished with that, you can go on to the next video, which starts with Session 2.2 and Chapter 2.